Hello PHP folks. Now we're going to look at Task List Manager once again, but this time the full version from exercise 1 at the end of the chapter 11. So this page, first of all, looks the way it does because 1, it goes to the index page where it finds that there is no task list at the beginning and therefore creates one with this array as we saw before, populates it, and there is no action, therefore the switch statements falls through and includes this page, which, looking at it quickly, just draws each part one by one. The add task, the part 4, the modify, and actually it does the modify buttons, the modify task, promote, and so forth, as we saw earlier, because the task to modify is empty. Therefore it produces this code instead of this one, which we're going to look at now. Okay, so this page is produced. It waits for someone to click on modify task, and if I do that, oops, I'm looking at the wrong program right here. If I click on this, now the screen looks different. There's only two buttons, save changes and cancel changes, and there's the one selection now displays in this input text. And why is that? Is because under modify task, the action for this button said modify task, and therefore in index, when index was called once again, this time we did have a task list which populated this array, and it skipped right to the switch where the action now says modify task, which is now going to look at task ID, which now must exists from this code right here. Task ID, remember? This was the select name for this form item. So now back in index, we now have something in here. We now transfer it to task index. Oops, I'm looking at delete, I'm sorry, but same thing here. We under task index, we now have a chance to display this particular item from task list, and therefore we put that into task to modify. The cases fall through. We rebuild the task list PHP, and now that we have something in task to modify, this is no longer empty. Therefore this whole if statement here falls through. To right here, PHP end if, this is the end of that block. Now there's a new if statement which asks if it's not empty, if task to modify is not empty. Now we can go ahead and h2 task to modify, and this is what we see right here, h2 task to modify. Again, taking a look at what we're expecting here, the word task, just a simple input text with two buttons. Back to the code, and it's the form, of course. Again, the action is on the same program, which is, by the way, not task list but index. Let's not forget, I made a mistake in the previous video. So as always, we need to forward the present status of the list, and we're passing it as a hidden type, and of course we're using the task list array name, and the value is simply going to be the task itself. and this is a for each loop with the colon syntax, label task, and we are passing the original ID, which needs to be modified, and so we can call that one modified task ID, and we give it the value of the stack index, which we are modifying right now. In the actual input type text, we are giving that one a slightly different name, modified task. It's going to be a slightly different version now since we are modifying it, and the value, of course, is going to be the same one, task to modify, which we have just passed up above. Now we have the two submit button, one that says save changes and the other one that says cancel changes. Both of those are action, and we'll find those, of course, in the index. So let's say that we push save changes like so. Of course, I have not made any changes, so it doesn't show. Let's try that again. Write chapters, save changes, and now it says write chapters. So go back to index and let's see what happened there. The case at this point is save changes, and what we're going to do is grab modified task ID, which is the particular item in this array which has been modified, and we put that in I simply. The new text itself is under the input text field called modified task, and we save that into modified task. If it's empty, of course, we're not happy about that, and we're going to cause an error. Otherwise, we're going to take the modified task and we're going to replace whatever is in the old index of this particular task list array. And now modified task can be blanked out, though I'm not really sure that this is being used from this point. And while we're here, if we had chosen cancel changes, nothing happens simply by saying modified task equals blank, and no changes is made to the array as we have just done here. Now let's quickly look at the other ones. We got a promote task, which means if we want to proofread before editing, then we would show this one, say promote task, and now proofread is in front of edit chapter. Let's see how index handles that. Of course, it's the same task ID, filling up task index, and if it's equal to 0, of course we have an error. Otherwise, we take the element of this index and we put it into the task value. We take the element from the index below it, which is task index -1, and we're going to save that content into prior task value, and then we're ready to swap the values. We take the task value, which is the one we want to move, and we put this one in the index below it, and then we take the one that was below and we're putting that one in the present task index, and it's the end of that case statement. As long as we're here, let's look at the sort. We simply use the function sort on the list, and that's all there is to that one. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Take care.